Hello! Today's doujin is called Shokuba no Senpai, which translates to Senpai at Work by Mikuni Mizuki. The code is 511904. This doujin is a compilation of short stories between an unnamed protagonist and his senpai, Senda Asami. It starts with the two of them at a party, drinking. Senda suggests to the protagonist that they go to a store after the party with just them two. He is worried because if they do go, they could miss the last train home. Senda says if that happens, they can just stay at a hotel overnight. He gets flustered and says it's a bad idea, to which Senda asks if he was planning on doing something nasty. He says he didn't have that in mind. The next page shows us the edge of a bed with clothes on the ground. We only get to see the dialogue between the two. During the conversation, he confesses that he likes Senda. The next day, the two see each other at work in an elevator. He feels nervous talking to Senda, but she says to just act normal. He notices a bandage on her neck and asks her about it. The elevator door opens, and Senda says it was him that left the mark. He is flustered, and Senda exits the elevator and begins talking to her co-workers. They ask her what happened to her neck, and she says that a bug bit her. They also ask about her short heels, and Senda says that her legs and waist felt sore, so she kept her heels low. They ask if something happened after the party, and he overhears it and remembers last night. He gets embarrassed and stays in the elevator as the doors close. Later, he is at work, having trouble. Senda walks behind him and gets close, pointing out a mistake he made. She then invites him to come over for a drink at her place tonight. Later at her house, he asks her to go out with him, saying he wants something more concrete. She asks him if they aren't already dating, saying that he's already said he likes her and they've done it so many times, and is confused that he said they're not dating. He apologizes, saying he has no experience with this kind of thing. Senda says that's what she likes about him. She says she's been surrounded by doubts and hasn't seen sincerity in a long time. She blames him for making her heart beat fast and tells him to not think about sleeping tonight. In a new chapter, the two are on a business trip. There was a mistake, and they accidentally only got one room to share in a hotel. He is worried that the company will find out about this because they haven't announced their relationship at work. Senda says they'll worry about it if it happens. While Senda showers, he thinks to himself that even though they're dating, they're here on a business trip, so he won't make a move to show self-restraint. Senda comes out of the bathroom, and he says to her that he won't lay a finger on her for the purpose of the business trip. Senda says it's good he can make good judgments and lays on the bed. She says that ever since she realized they would be sharing a room together, she's been looking forward to it. It narrates that they almost missed the checkout time, implying they were up all night. In a new chapter, Senda asks him at work if he's free this holiday because she wants to go to the beach. He is a bit hesitant because he's imagining Senda in a swimsuit. She yells into his ear to get him to focus and guesses that he was thinking about her in a swimsuit, calling him out on it. Later at the beach, they meet and they play with a ball in the ocean. He accidentally falls onto her and apologizes for touching her. Senda says they should get lunch, but he doesn't want to leave the water because now isn't a good time. She says they should take care of it. Later, Senda says she thought once would have been enough, and that she has no choice. She tells him that it must be outside. They later come out from behind the rocks, saying they feel a little guilty. Later, he has a dream about what happened. Later, they are checking into another hotel and are sharing a room. Senda invites him to sit and talk, and he can't find a topic to talk about at all. She says that they have to do work tomorrow and should start resting now, but asks him what he wants to do. They kiss, and he says he loves her. They do it. The next morning, they wake up together and Senda suggests they get something to eat. Let me know what you think of this doujin.